Hi, this is Peter Propp, and welcome back to 10 Minute Strategy. Today we're here with John Boyd. He is the founder of MeetingWave, and MeetingWave is a service that's been established to help people connect and be more successful in what they want to do. John, why don't you tell us about how you came up with the service and where you are right now in your growth?
Well, I thought of the idea when I was a lawyer in New York City at a private law firm that compensated attorneys based on you eat what you kill. Bring in clients, bring in business, you were compensated. If you didn't, you weren't. Right. So join the union club, take up golf, take up sailing, all these different suggestions from senior partners. At the time, I was traveling a lot, and I'd find myself in a hotel. My only options for dinner were eating alone in the hotel room or eating alone in a hotel restaurant, watching 30 other people eating alone. And I thought, why isn't there a tool where I can figure out who's in this room, who I might want to have dinner with, a fellow alumnus, a potential client. And so I ended up filing several patent applications back in 2000, got them granted, and decided to build a platform. And so our focus is to help people arrange targeted networking meetings with new people, and that's what we built.
Excellent. And what I think is interesting, you and I have been talking about this, you made a fundamental decision within the past year that you needed to shift from an individual focus to a focus more on tapping into existing networks. So tell me about how that came about.
Probably two reasons for that pivot. One is, we are an open site, and we've always had in the pipeline the notion of a closed platform where people with common interests or affiliations could meet. So basically a MeetingWave for alumni of a certain university or people attending a conference. So it was always in the pipeline, but after the financial crisis and the difficulty we had getting traction on the open site, we decided to pivot and focus all our resources on building out a software as a service model where we can license the MeetingWave functionality to large entities comprised of large numbers of people. So conferences, trade shows, alumni, associations, or the like.
Excellent. Well, as someone who spends a lot of time looking to grow my business, I know that I find it to be a pretty compelling platform. I think you've put it together well. I signed up for it recently. Tell me about how a school might use it. Let's give an example of a large university and how you might approach their alumni group.
Well, basically, most universities have three entities that touch on MeetingWave, might be interested in MeetingWave. One is alumni relations, and their job is to keep alumni happy. Second is career development, which is keep their alumni employed. And then there's business development, raise money from their alumni. Now, we've thus far been talking to career development offices and also alumni relations. Career development, because most jobs are found through new leads. So having new contacts in your area or within the industry that you want to work in helps you land a job in that industry. Alumni relations generally recognize that their alumni are interested in meeting other alumni for job opportunities or business opportunities, and so they're interested as well. Now, with respect to how they would use it, what we can provide them is a verification link, which allows their website to click through from the alumni website into their private label MeetingWave without having a .edu email address. So we have a platform that doesn't require any cooperation from the university. Any alumnus can sign up to their private label if they have a .edu email address. But we are seeking to partner with universities to make it easier for their alumni to sign up and use the service.
Right, and I know from a fee point of view, most colleges are not going to want to charge their alums to communicate with each other, so the college really is going to be your customer, right?
That's right. Business development office usually raises the money from the alumni, and the alumni relations department usually tries to keep them happy. And so they would not be interested in a service that charges their alumni. So we built in a feature whereby we can suppress the payment requirement for any individual private label. Now, the payment does two things on the open platform. One is it generates revenue for us, but it also provides some quality control. On the open platform, people only accept if they're really interested in meeting with you because they're going to be charged a small fee. That's less important for the alumni private labels, but some alumni offices have indicated that they might, that small fee might be be used to provide more quality control within their alumni group as well.
Mm-hmm.
But currently, we plan to suppress the payments for most schools rather than charge the alumni.
Right. And take us through the conference or hotel scenario, because I think those are really interesting as well.
Yeah, it's a very similar concept whereby people who have registered to attend a conference or a trade show would be allowed to enter their private label for that conference. It's a little different in that the alumni private label would go on indefinitely, whereas the conference would most likely be limited in time and place.
It's windowed, yeah.
However, some conferences might be interested in keeping it open for longer term, so their attendees can network afterwards. But they do want to close. They don't want non-paying members to be able to network with people who are paying.
Right.
Now, because there's no common email address for attendees, we'd have to rely on primarily a verification link. We could provide a verification link to the conference website, and then people clicking through would enter the website, the conference's private label, basically identify who they'd like to meet while attending the conference, yet control whether the meeting occurs and who attends.
Right. Neat. Well, it sounds quite fun, and I'm sure you get a lot of interesting feedback and some interesting stories of people who have hooked up and made some business opportunities that they would have never been able to get otherwise. Any of those come to mind you want to tell us about?
Yeah, we've had a few power users who've been able to meet their contacts. We have one user we had a testimonial from who basically imported all his contacts from LinkedIn and Facebook, and then just would tell them when he's available to meet and arrange meetings at Starbucks and the like. Moreover, on users' profile pages, we have a little widget, so you can post invites. It could be a weekly lunch or a daily coffee. And you can export a widget displaying those invites to your blog, your landing page. So you can take your MeetingWave invites and place them on different sites. So if you have a site for your law firm or for your, if you're a freelancer, you can basically identify when you're available to meet with potential clients. In those invites, you can offer to pay for lunch or for coffee, but require people fill out a profile before you make a commitment to meet. So it's a way to meet new clients. But really control when you're going to leave your desk and who you're going to meet, so you have a better understanding of the quality of that meeting.
Interesting. So the value to the individual is pretty apparent. The value to a conference who's trying to make a conference a more valuable networking experience, that's a pretty apparent benefit. Certainly for the alumni, creating a more vibrant and exciting alumni activity is obviously a nice value to bring to the market as well. So if you're in those businesses, if you're in the college administration business, if you're in the conference business, if you're in the if you've got a corporate list that you want to make more vibrant, get people together more, I really highly suggest that you give MeetingWave a try. John, how do you want people to reach out to you?
They can send me an email at john@meetingwave.com or just click contact us on the bottom of the page. We can generate a private label for any large group of people. Again, we want to break down the silos within large corporations, large associations, and basically help these people meet each other. And that's their goal.
Excellent. Well, I was just going to ask you, what do you, if you want to say your story in one sentence, what would you say? That's it. You want to just break down the barriers and help people get together to grow their business, right?
Well, we want to help people arrange targeted networking meetings with other people with privacy and controls. So our focus is helping you meet new people, but through the internet, we understand the concerns. So we want to make it as safe and as effective as possible, and that's our goal.
Excellent. Well, John, thanks so much for your time. For 10 Minute Strategy, this is Peter Propp. Take care.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
John. Bye.